Hello everyone and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and of course today we're in kind of the kitchen. We're adjacent to the kitchen I guess, but we're actually in my dining room. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is actually a memorial for our cat Charlie that we had to put down just a few weeks ago. So we did have her cremated and got this little box with her name on it, and her ashes are in this box. They also gave us a little white clay disc that had her paw prints in it and her name printed on it, which is really cute. So I didn't bring that down though. My daughter has that in her room. So what are we going to be doing? Well, we are actually going to be planting a tree for her. Now, we did do this for our dog Gage, our chocolate lab that we had to put down a couple years back. And we have a tree in our front yard and his ashes are buried under the tree. But we don't have any more room really for any more trees, basically because we have a septic system. So this time I'm actually doing a potted plant instead of one that gets put in the ground. It'll go in a pot, okay? So basically what happens, you go online. I don't know if there are other companies. I've used the Living Urn because that's who I used before. So I knew I could trust them and have decided to use them. So what happens, you go online, you order the urn. They can be quite expensive. I think just for the urn itself, it's like close to $150. And then if you want to order a tree from them, it's adding on the cost of the tree as well. You can also just pick out your own tree and follow the instructions for the urn. Like you can go and buy your own tree locally and plant your own tree with it, depending on how you want to do it. There is a little bit of a difference between the potted plant and a tree that you're going to plant in the ground. The tree that you plant in the ground, it's a different thing that actually dissolves in the earth. This is a porcelain pot so that you can have this indoor or outdoor, depending on the plant that you buy. So we actually got the bonsai tree for her. And we ordered it, I think altogether it was like over $300 for the pot and the tree here. And your tree is shipped separately. So I actually got the urn itself I want to say about a week ago, maybe a little less. And then the tree just arrived today, which today is the 7th of March, 2024. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through planting this. I also did order, which I will put on here later when I receive it, and then I'll just upload the video all at one time. I also ordered on Etsy a little, basically like a kind of a gravestone that we can put outside. We have one for our dog Gage as well, and so we can do it with that. The good thing is about this bonsai tree is this specific one, which doesn't have the name on here because I don't remember the name. But this specific one is an indoor or outdoor bonsai tree. And it can be, I think it said it can be into weather up down to 20 degrees, which of course we live in central Illinois and get fairly cold. So if it starts getting super cold, I'll have to move it inside, but I can have it indoor or outdoor, which is really nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed here. So it comes in this really nice box. And these, of course, are instructions on how to do it. This is telling you that this is a trained tiered juniper. That's what this is. So it tells you that what date your tree is going to be shipping if you order a tree from them. Okay. So then take all this stuff off. You've got a nice little cap here for it. And all of this is like a porcelain. So it's a fairly heavy. Let's take this out first. Put that there. And there's this here. And then you have the actual porcelain pot in here. Is that everything? Let's check to make sure. Oh, nope. Something else underneath here. There we go. And it looks kind of like the little plate that it sits on. I'm calling it a plate. That's probably not what it's called. Oh, maybe a plant plate. Could be. Okay, so when you do get, if you do order a tree or flowers or whatever from them, you will get care instructions for that actual tree, so you can read through these and know what you're supposed to do. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do first is get her ashes ready. So basically, you can do this before you get your tree because it has a lid and stuff that you can put on it. And there is this little part that came with it. This was just in the box. This is for like if you want to put the ashes in here before you get your tree and you want to do like some fresh flowers. This is for putting fresh flowers in there. So you can put some water in here and it'll fit right down in there while you wait for your tree to come. Or you could just, you know, keep putting fresh flowers in it. That would be up to you. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is basically have, okay, I gotta make sure I have all these parts right. Here we go. So you're going to transfer the cremated remains into the cremated remains chamber, which that is number H. So this is this with this in it. Okay. And then, oh, the planting cylinder. Okay, so you're gonna put the remains in this. So this little section goes down in the porcelain part. This is like a little plastic section. I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. Okay, so what you're gonna do is we have her little remains here. And you wanna be very careful with these. They can be very dusty and I think they can be a little bit toxic. More than a little probably. So I'm just gonna put them down in there and we're gonna put them down in the bottom there, okay? So we have that down there. I'm gonna take this back up and, oh, and look, here's her little rabies tag is in there too. I didn't even know that was in there. Or a cremation tag maybe? Maybe it's a cremation tag. I don't think she wore a rabies tag. Okay, so now, and you can keep this little box as a little keepsake. If you want to keep a little bit of ashes just to keep some ashes, you can do that as well. Okay, so then from there, if you don't have your tree yet, you can go ahead and just put this little thing over here, and then it has a little cap. So you can just keep your ashes safe in there. You could also glue this cap down if you were just planning on just keeping this as an urn without the plant, okay? All right, so that's that there. Okay, since we do have a tree, we're gonna move on to the next step here. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead, so you're gonna wait for your remains, place in the cremation remains in the chamber and the chamber lid on top, and then place the porcelain top on the porcelain shell. Okay, so we already did that. I showed you all of that. So now that we have our tree, and you could just do that while you're waiting for your tree. It does tell you that if you want to do the fresh flowers, then you could go ahead, and it says it's a nice option for ceremonies, memorial services, as well as in the home. It says you lift the porcelain top off of the porcelain shell and set the flower cup in the center of the planting cylinder. So you would just set it in the center of this. So this goes down in here. So this is going to cover up your ashes. So you would put this inside of there. So it's not touching the ashes on the bottom. So you would set that inside of there. You could put water and fresh flowers, and you can still even put this over top, and you would just have fresh flowers coming out of there. So, okay. So now, if you're going to plant a tree, you're going to go ahead and put your planting cylinder in here. Okay, so you're going to gently lift the roots of the tree. Okay, and also just so you know, it did come with dirt as well, so you can fill in your dirt. It also this came with the tree itself. It also came with some little, this looks like fertilizer or something, I think. It's a little like pack of little round pellets. And then this is like some little bark, okay? So first you're going to undo your plant here, get it open. Thankfully I haven't vacuumed out here yet, so even if it makes a big mess, we'll be okay. Ooh, which is going to, because there's already dirt falling off. Oh my gosh, can I even figure out how to get this open? Okay, we're just gonna do it the easy way. Just cut through it with scissors, y'all. Just cut through it with scissors. If you can. Okay, there we go. Couldn't tell where it started, but we got it. Okay, so this is in a little pot. Lots and lots of wrap to keep it in place, which is good. You don't want it falling all over the place when it's shipping. This did come in a separate box. It came in this all wrapped up like this, and then the dirt and stuff was shoved with the bags. In the bags, it was shoved around it to kind of help hold it in place. And then it had some what I think is biodegradable, mailing mailing peanuts, whichever. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this out of here. Try to do it as much over the urn as possible. Okay. Ooh, making a mess, y'all. Okay, so as you can see, there's the roots kind of coming out. And of course you do want to loosen that, but now we got a big clunk of dirt down here. So let's loosen that up too. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna put your tree down in here. There is some extra dirt down here in the bottom. Okay, so depending on the depth of the roots, you may need to first add some soil to the space below the roots so your tree or plant rests in the appropriate height. Which this does look like it needs a little bit more added to it. I'm gonna loosen up some of this stuff that's down in here because I don't want that touching. Ooh, this is making a mess all over the floor. I probably should have done this outside, but it looks like it's gonna rain any minute and I really didn't want to get rained on. So we'll just do it this way, it'll work. I'll have a mess to clean up. What else is new? Okay, so we'll get that down a little bit more in there. I just want these top leaves to be a little bit, I don't want them to be down in the pot. There we go. That's probably too much. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So now you've got that in there. Ooh, it's going to lean. Get it so it's not leaning. There we go. Well, we'll have to prop it up. I don't want to smash that leaf though either. There we go. Okay. So there that is. Woo. Okay, so fill the empty space around the roots in the planting cylinder with soil. Using the remaining soil from the pot, your tree plant shipped in, or if you purchased a tree or plant from us, we provide a bag of extra soil to use, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, and there's actually 2 bags. They sent me 2 bags of soil. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in there, and then we're just gonna put the soil in there around it. Hopefully we'll get it standing up better. Okay, get that moved all around. Okay. Fill that in real good. I don't think we're gonna need 2. Probably one bag is gonna be enough here. Make sure we get some over here. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we did that. Oh, and it says if you want, you can also put a spoonful of the cremated remains scattered in the growing soil. So you could put a little bit of the remains in this as well if you want to. Okay, so then you're gonna go ahead and it says place a layer of pebbles on top of the soil to insulate, which I think I'm gonna do a little bit more soil here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do the little layer of pebbles. How do you place the porcelain top on there? Are you supposed to go over the tree? That don't make any sense. Oh. Oh, okay, so this doesn't go in here yet. I'm sorry, you guys, I told you that wrong. So this part here, well, this part does. But the planting part, let me see if I can get this out of here. So while you're planting this doesn't go in here yet. Oh, gotta get that off. Okay, make sure there's no ashes on the bottom of it. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna leave that out and you're gonna have this. That doesn't make any sense either because that's not gonna, very strange. Okay, we'll see here in just a minute. Okay, so now you're gonna put your pebbles on. Is this pebbles? Because, oh yeah, this is pebbles. Okay, so you're gonna put your little pack of pebbles on there. Okay. And this is supposed to help to insulate the soil. Okay. I'm not quite understanding what you're supposed to be doing with this top here. Let's see here what it says. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right. That doesn't make much sense because there's no way that's not gonna fit down in there. Oh, there's another piece. I'm missing a piece. Where is it? Let's see here. Did I set it someplace? Maybe I set it someplace. I'll be right back, you guys, so I can figure this out before I put it together. I don't want to mess it up, so I'll be right back. So I figured it out. So this was up here, and I thought that this rim thing was a part. It's not. This is a separate piece. Okay, so that makes more sense now. So this piece here needs to go on top of here, now that it's all full of dirt, and I'm going to have to wipe it up. Okay, so that part there goes there. There we go. All right, so we got the little pebbles on. Now we're going to put the bigger pebbles in here. And I will give you guys a closer up look so you can see what this looks like when it's all done here. Whoop. And I just spilled some rocks on the floor. Okay. There we go. Make sure the tree is in there nice and tight. Feels like it. Looking pretty good. All right. Now we've got that part figured out. Okay. So what you're going to do next is, let's see. Okay, so then this can go in here. And then basically what you have when you're done is, I think that that is supposed to be, I'm not quite understanding. It's showing this on there, but I mean, you would have to like basically put your tree through it. I don't, maybe you could do that. Just be very careful. Don't want to break it. Carefully thread that. I think there was a better way to do that. I just don't know what it was. Maybe you were supposed to do this with this on? I don't know. And then we've got the little dudes here. We want to make sure they come up above the rim because this is supposed to be on there. Okay. There we go. Got it. Okay. So there's that. So then you're going to take this little porcelain plate and then you can set your planter on top of that plate. Okay? And there we have our nice little bonsai tree that is holding our little kitty Charlie's ashes in it. Okay. So Now let's see if there's anything else we need to do. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay, so we've got the pebbles in there, and you know what, you guys, I think those other petals were fertilizer. That's not good. I probably should have read that. I didn't see that back here, but it did say it had a little fertilizer pack and that you're supposed to just sprinkle a little bit on top of the rocks. And I think I put that whole pack on here. Oh no, that could be bad. Okay, so it says the water will drain and collect in the saucer plate below. Be sure to check it from time to time and remove water as needed. Okay, so this is actually gonna go outside. We have a nice little patio thing out there, and we'll be putting that out there. Hopefully it won't die because I put too much fertilizer in there. Hopefully it won't grow too fast. I'm gonna have to read through my care instructions for this. This is the instructions for the bonsai tree. It talks about trimming and pinching, and then training it and all of that. I don't know how much of that I'll actually get done. It may end up just looking like a tree eventually, who knows. Okay, and then it talks about repotting the plant eventually, probably into a bigger pot because the roots have taken over. But for now, this is all set. So as soon as I get the plaque as well that I ordered for her little memorial thing, then I will get that on here and show that to you guys as well. But for now, that's it for this. So I'll be back once I get that plaque and I can show you guys that. Okay, you guys, so this is the whole finished product, the tree inside of the memorial with the ashes in there. And then this is the little plaque that I ordered off of Etsy to kind of put in front of it. We also have our dog Gage's plaque here. His isn't in front of his tree yet because his tree is just not quite big enough. His tree is over there. So his was actually buried underneath of the tree, so his ashes actually helped the tree to grow. And this is a Japanese cherry tree. The cherries are not edible, but it does get pretty flowers and stuff. And then this one here was actually my dad's tree. My dad passed away at the last year, and so I got some of his ashes and I did the same thing. Unfortunately, with my dad's tree, it ended up dying before winter hit. I guess it went into shock, and so it died. So I just actually got this new tree. They replaced it for me and just planted it. So hopefully this one will make it. And so that's all of our trees from the Living Urn. And then our cute little monuments here to our cat and our dog. And those came off of Etsy. So there's a bunch of them all over Etsy if you're interested in looking into those. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though it's a little bit of a sad video. But, you know, she's in a better place, as they say, and out of pain. And so we'll see you guys later. Everybody have a good day. Bye.